So the question stem. Water is pumped into a partially filled tank at a constant rate through an inlet pipe. So we've got some water coming in. At the same time, water is pumped out of the tank at a constant rate through an outlet pipe, so water coming out. And we're told that it's a constant rate, so there's some kind of pump in here that is making sure water is coming out always at exactly the same rate, no matter how much water is in here. So constant rate in, constant rate out. At what rate, in gallons per minute, is the amount of water in the tank increasing? So we need the overall rate, the combined rate, we can say. And we know about combined rates that if we want a combined rate, well, we can get it just by adding up the individual rates. Although here, I guess these pumps are working in opposite directions, right? This guy is working to fill the tank, this guy's working to empty the tank. So rather than adding up the rates, we can subtract them. We can get that combined rate by saying the rate of water in minus, or we can think of it as plus a negative rate. Either way, we get rate in minus the rate out is going to equal our combined rate, the rate total. So that's what we need to answer the question, right? It's not asking for something weird like the rate of change in the surface level or anything. It's just saying the rate of change of the amount of water. And, well, this is amount of water in, amount of water out. So, to answer the question, we need information about both of these rates. Let's see if we can find it in the statement. Statement number 1 tells us the amount of water initially in the tank is 200 gallons. There are 200 gallons in there at the start, initially. So does this help us determine the overall rate of change? We start with 200 gallons, and actually that tells us nothing at all about how much water is coming in per minute and how much water is going out per minute. So not helpful at all. Number 1 is insufficient. A is gone, and D is gone. Statement number 2, which we will consider on its own. We have to forget about this information. Statement number 2 tells us water is pumped into the tank at a rate of 10 gallons per minute and out of the tank at a rate of 10 gallons every 2.5 minutes. And actually that is exactly what we're looking for, right? We get a rate in, that's 10 gallons per minute. We get a rate out, 10 gallons every 2.5 minutes, and that will certainly be enough to get our combined rate, the rate total. Because this is just going to reduce to a number, right? And we'd be able to answer the question. We don't need to know that number, but now we do know that the information in statement number 2, fact number 2, is enough to answer the question. Number 2 is sufficient on its own, so we click B.